Want to black out the world? Not on our watch. We are the goddamn agency. And the agency leads.
What's good, YouTube? It's your host Axel Rose, the Shogun with the slogan, and you are now watching MVP Magazine. Well, actually, to tell the truth, you are watching more than 5 years of work go up in flames. This is Crackdown 3, people, and I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. And boy, this game is a little bit of a disappointment.
These are dark days, Commander.
Don't worry, sir.
5 years, 4 delays, 3 cancelled games. After all of that, we have Crackdown 3, people. And is it worth it? That is the question today on trial for the people. That is what the masses them want to know. And if I have to give my 2 cents on the situation, well, first of all, this game isn't worth 2 cents. I'll let you know that right out of the gate.
Not on our watch.
Mediocre. Just painfully mediocre. After 5 years, it is astounding how mediocre this game is. And it's not complete. It's not a complete dumpster fire. It's not complete garbage. But the fact that it's so mediocre amongst games like God of War, Spider-Man, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, other exclusive, even multiplats, Devil May Cry 5, Red Dead Redemption, amongst all those games, its mediocreness just makes it seem trash. I mean, it just says do not go near it. Now, I do believe that you should be able to enjoy a piece of art for what it is. And if we look at Crackdown 3 for what it is, at its core, it's straightforward, mindless fun, mindless action. But unfortunately, at its core, it's also very lazy, especially from a design point. Now, we're seeing a lot of Xbox fanboys and die-hard fans use the excuse of, if it's not broken, don't fix it, and this is what Crackdown has always been. But over the course of this generation, we have seen numerous franchises take steps in newer directions while still being able to please their core fans. Games like God of War and Zelda Breath of the Wild are perfect examples of such things. So this excuse is kind of non-valid, and that's exactly what it is, an excuse. And after 5 years and numerous cancelled other projects from Microsoft Studios, we kind of shouldn't be taking this. Now, as I said before, to keep it 100, at its core, Crackdown 3 is mindless action and mindless fun. But because the gameplay hasn't evolved, it quickly becomes repetitive, and it is definitely not an essential purchase. Now, I'm not saying there's no fun to be had, and in multiplayer it definitely can be fun, but there seems to be caveats to every single good thing this game does. Like, even as far as multiplayer goes, you can only play with 2 friends as opposed to 4, and you can't even play with your friends at the moment, but that will be added in an update. Now, this whole game reeks of laziness, and for 5 years of development, this definitely isn't a good sign. I mean, look at the footage right now. All the characters, whether male or female, they all have the same melee attacks. What? It makes no sense. And especially in a game like this, where you're building up your own character, you're building up your agents, increasing their stats and whatnot, it is a real missed opportunity that you can't create your own character. I mean, what is up with that? It literally says create agent there, but it gives you a really appalling choice of only 6 characters. Now, as I've said, there is definitely some fun to be had with this game, but the whole concept has definitely not evolved beyond Crackdown 1, and I would not be surprised if they're actually using the Crackdown 1 engine with some newer graphics, especially because they're using two different engines for the campaign and the multiplayer. And I'm really trying to understand Microsoft's first party software strategy, because they already have a really good, a spectacular open world game with Sunset Overdrive that ticks all the boxes that Crackdown 3 tries to tick, even with a funny, upbeat story, bright, colorful graphics, all of that. And it does it so much better and with so much more finesse and with so much more originality. So, you know when you're up late at night just playing a video game and you're like, ah, okay, I'm gonna play this in the morning. You know, it's getting late. That is what this game is like. Exactly what this game is like. This ain't that, okay, let me just get one more go. I know it's late, but let me just get one more go, one more match. Definitely, this is not that. This is not that. This is painfully mediocre. But I guess that is just the overall state of the Xbox brand at the moment. Painfully mediocre. Now, it wouldn't be so bad if it was just regular mediocre, but you just wouldn't notice. You know, these guys just have to use the whole marketing budget and Terry Crews just to let you know that they're mediocre. And I bet you guys didn't know that this was being played on the Xbox One X. Yep, 4K glory. Now, if you wanted me to give this game a score, I would give it a thank God for cancelling auto-renew out of 10, okay? Because this is definitely not full price, and even Game Pass is way too much for this, because I'm officially done with this. I don't see me finishing this game because it's just not hooked me yet. I've played all of this before, and yeah, like, the mindless gameplay, whilst fun for an hour, gets super repetitive, and because you can't create your character, there's no genuine attachment to just keep playing and leveling them up, especially with games like Anthem coming out and Monster Hunter already here doing it so well. There's just no need to play another grind 'em up with a character that's not yours and that's not appealing. It's just no, Microsoft. 5 years. Can't believe games like Scalebound and Phantom Dust and that new Conquer whatever was cancelled and this was allowed to breathe. Jeez, Microsoft, get your act together. But anyway, I'm out. Like, subscribe, shout outs to everyone that's been holding the channel down, and if you do get this, make sure it's on Game Pass or you will be upset.